Hey everyone! Welcome back to English Fluent Talks, the podcast that helps you sound more natural and confident in English. I'm Mark.
And I'm Hope. Today we're talking about something that affects everyone, every single day, the weather. And of course, we'll also talk about climate, because, they're not the same thing.
Exactly. A lot of people mix them up, so we're here to clear things up. And of course, teach you some useful English expressions along the way. So let's get started.
All right, Mark, first things first. How would you explain the difference between weather and climate?
Great question. Weather is what's happening right now, or in the short term. Like, it's raining today, or it's really hot this afternoon. But climate is the long-term pattern of weather in a place.
So, if I say winters in Canada are freezing, I'm talking about climate. But if I say it's snowing outside right now, I'm talking about weather, right?
Exactly. Think of weather as your mood and climate as your personality. You might be grumpy one day, but that doesn't mean you're a grumpy person all the time.
Haha, love that. Speaking of weather, let me tell you a funny story. A few years ago, I was traveling to London, and you know how London is famous for its rainy weather, right?
Oh yeah, totally. What happened?
Well, I checked the forecast before leaving, and it said partly cloudy, so I thought, great, no need for an umbrella. Big mistake. As soon as I stepped out of the airport, boom, torrential rain. I got completely soaked in like 5 seconds.
Classic London weather. Let me guess. You had to buy one of those overpriced tourist umbrellas?
Exactly. And of course, 5 minutes later, the sun came out like nothing ever happened. Lesson learned, never trust the weather forecast in London.
That's a good one. And also a perfect example of how weather can be super unpredictable. All right, let's start with some everyday weather expressions. Hope, have you ever heard someone say, "It's raining cats and dogs"?
Of course, that means it's raining heavily, but I always imagine actual cats and dogs falling from the sky, which would be terrifying.
Yeah, not the best mental image. Another common one is under the weather. Do you know what that means?
Yep, if you say I'm feeling under the weather, it means you're feeling sick, not literally under a rain cloud.
Exactly. And how about come rain or shine?
That one means no matter what happens, like we record this podcast every week, come rain or shine.
That's right. And let's throw in one more. The calm before the storm. It means a quiet moment before something big or stressful happens.
Like when you're waiting for your test results. Total calm before the storm.
Perfect example. And here's one more for you. Throw caution to the wind. Any guesses?
Ooh, I know this one. It means to take a risk and not worry too much about the consequences. Like, I wasn't sure if I should buy that expensive camera, but I threw caution to the wind and got it anyway.
Exactly, nice one. Now let's talk about how people actually talk about the weather in daily life.
Oh, this is a big one. Talking about the weather is like the #1 small talk topic, right?
100%. Imagine you're in an elevator and someone says, "Crazy weather today, huh?" What do you say?
I'd probably say, yeah, it's been so hot lately. Can't wait for some rain.
Perfect. Short and natural. Or if it's freezing cold, you might say, "I can't feel my face." Which, by the way, is both a weather comment and a song lyric.
Haha, good one. And if it's super sunny, you could say, I feel like I'm melting, or it's like an oven outside.
Love it. And if it's windy, you might hear people say, "Hold on to your hat," or "It's blowing a gale."
Okay, but what if the conversation gets awkward? Like, what if the other person just says, yeah, and then silence?
Oh no, the weather talk crisis. In that case, just add a question. Do you like this kind of weather? Or, are you a summer or winter person?
Smart. That keeps the conversation going.
Another trick is to relate the weather to an experience, like, "This heat reminds me of my last trip to Brazil," or "This fog makes me feel like I'm in a horror movie."
Ooh, that's good. It makes the conversation more interesting and personal.
All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. We hope you learned something new about weather, climate, and how to talk about them naturally in English.
And don't forget to practice. Try using these expressions in your daily conversations. And let us know, what's the weather like where you are right now? Comment below.
Thanks for listening to English Fluent Talks. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review if you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Stay sunny or rainy, whatever you prefer.